house reptiles, and for once I actually had the camera ready before I hit go live. I'm pretty proud of that. That may seem like such a small thing. So I wanted to give a few minutes and tell you guys why that zoo video was so old, why you were seeing our old house in it, why I looked not quite 40, uh, why all those things were a little bit strange. Because there is a good reason behind it. Well, there's a reason behind it. I don't want to say it's a good reason, but there is a reason behind it. So I did want to share that with you, and then we could talk about a few other things. And welcome to 2021, right? I know I'm a little late, and welcome everybody to the new year. A lot of other people probably have already done that, but hey, I was out of state. We took a little trip, visited some family, had a little fun, and got out of the house for about 7 days over New Year's time, leaving this whole reptile collection in the capable hands of camera guy Kurt. So, on to it. I like that going, Youper. On to it. So why did we release a video that appeared to be actually filmed? It was filmed over 2 years ago. And you can tell that because when you look at that intro, I believe the intro is not even in this place. It's in my old reptile room. And that's really strange to do. I know you don't see that very often. Well, here's what happened. So we went to that park. And by the way, Tanganyika Park in Wichita, Kansas, which actually Goddard, Kansas, it's right out of Wichita. Phenomenal place if you can go. I love it. I can't wait to go back. I really want to go back. Yeah, Jimmy, it's my day off, so I get to do lives a little bit earlier in the day. I can't wait to go back and take my wife or other people that I know. I would love to take some nieces and nephews there sometime and let them really experience some of the things that I got to experience. But we'll see if we can. There we go, a little bit more centered. But it's just, man, it was great. So why did it take us 2 years? Well, so here's what happened. We contacted them about filming there. We said, hey, this is who we are. Remember, this is quite a while ago, so we weren't as big as we are now, although we don't grow anymore, but we weren't as big as we are now. I want to say we were sitting around the 30,000 subscriber mark, so still a pretty good sized channel. And we always asked permissions. We said, hey, this is who we are. This is what we want to do. Can we come and can we film there? We would love to come film your facility and show off really cool places in the state of Kansas, because I think everybody thinks Kansas is just a state you want to fly over or drive through as quick as you can. And the truth be told, there's some hidden gems in this state. I do really truly love where I come from, as I'm sure most of you do too. Love where you come from. Maybe not when you're really young, but as you get older, you tend to start loving your home area more. So anyway, they were, of course, not knowing who in the hell I was from Adam. I don't blame them for being a little bit skeptical. So I said, hey, look, if we come and we film, before we ever post anything, okay, we'll send you the full footage. You'll see everything we're going to post, and we won't post anything without your approval. So that put them at ease. They said, come on down and film. Well, they showed us an amazing time. They actually met us at the door. They were waiting on us. And we got to go do a lot of cool stuff. Now, most of the things you saw me do in that film, you can do there as well. It wasn't anything, well, there's a few things that were kind of not the norm. They're probably not going to open the albino alligator enclosure for you, to give you a different filming aspect. Low? What do you mean I am low? Are you talking about audio or what? I'm not sure what you mean by low. So anyway, but you can go there. If you go there, they'll let you feed the hippos. They'll let you feed the rhinos. They'll let you ride the camel, man. Oh, audio? Well, there's not a lot I can do on that. I mean, it's microphone. Let me try one thing. Maybe, just maybe, if I back that off there a little bit, maybe that'll make it a little bit better. I wonder if I was covering the microphone with the thing. Anyway, they're going to let you do whatever you want to do. I mean, that's what's amazing about it. It wasn't like some special, YouTuber thing. And Matthew, I will sell the Jayhawk fans if they're members of Patreon. I don't have any. I mean, sports are fun, but I'm not one of those that's going to be like, oh, if you like the other team, I really have to hate you. It's just, game day probably, but the rest of the time, no. So anyway, we filmed it, and lo and behold, our microphone died. So we come home, we look at the footage, and there's so much of the microphone that's got all these cracks and pops. There's a few places you'll hear it where we kept the audio. The places we didn't keep the audio, it was because it was so bad. And so we we had to get rid of those mics afterwards. We tried to film with them several more times using the boom mic as well, our shotgun mic, not a boom mic. And we kept having to use just the shotgun mic audio. I mean, they died. They happened to die right there, you know, and that sucked. So we had to go through, we had to voice over everything, which took a long time. So by the time we got everything done, it took us a lot longer to produce that video than usual. We sent it forward, and man, the dude that runs that place is busier than hell, and so it kind of got, I think, lost in the mix. Well, what you guys don't realize is Caleb, who works at Manhattan Reptile World for us, and also is one of our members on Patreon, he worked at Tanganyika. Well, not long after we filmed that, he just left Tanganyika because he was moving to Manhattan, ended up coming to work for us. And so he brought that up, so well, I can contact him to see what's going on. So he was able to get in contact with them, and they were like, oh, yeah, send that to us again. So we sent it to him again, and we waited and didn't hear anything. Well, come to find out, that time it got sent to the ownership, who sent back on like December and said, yep, it's good. And then they thought it sent to us, but only went to marketing. Marketing thought it went to us, and it never went to us. And so we had to wait some more. Then he kind of constantly, hey, what's up with this? And like, oh, that's approved. So that is kind of why it took so long, and why you were seeing a video that was just old, you know? And some of we probably weren't as good as we are now. Hopefully we've learned a few tricks and a little bit better way to talk. But I just wanted to kind of come on here and touch base so you guys knew why there was such that weird transition. That was it. That's all there is to it. Nothing nefarious. There's no, you're not going to see any more videos like that are 2 years old, at least in the near future. I don't have any more. That's the only one we were setting on like that. But I am glad that we had it uploaded and ready to rock, because I was really happy to get to share that. It didn't get the most views. I knew it wasn't going to, but it was just such a cool experience located in the state of Kansas that it got to mean a lot to me to share it with people. That being said, we decided to go live today. Explain that to you. We're going to go live on Patreon here as soon as we're done. And this is not going to be a long live, you guys, because I owe Patreon, because that film was so old when we filmed it. We didn't have a Patreon video to go with it, so there was no Patreon video. So I promised them a live to cover them. All right. So do you guys have any questions about 2021 now that we're here, and kind of what's going on? That's my biggest thing. Or about that video. Or any questions about Tanganyika that maybe I can answer for you. Or about the animals you saw. Obviously, I don't know everything. You'd have to talk with those guys. They are definitely experts in everything that they do. Their staff was amazing. I mean, animals I don't even typically care for were awesome to be around. I'm not a bird guy, but having those little birds land on me, I think, is pretty bitchin'. So, how many girls am I pairing, and what do I have on the way this season? Well, there's no eggs yet. We're really early. I wouldn't expect there to be any eggs. But I guess those questions can answer themselves. We've been releasing some videos talking about what we're pairing in 2020. We've got 2 of those out, probably 2 or 3 more to film. So I would suggest going and looking at those if you really want to see what we're pairing and what we've got coming, because I'll miss things and there's too many to sit here and say this and this and this. We're sharing all of our pairings before they happen. As far as, females on pairing, let's see. There's 10 there. There is 8 there, so it's 18. Another 9, so 27. Another 10, so 37. And then another 9. So maybe like 46? Can't be right. Yeah. Wow. Yeah, I guess about 40. So 46 that we will be pairing, plus one more, 47. And then probably 48. So we may be pairing upwards of 48 females. Some will be for their first time. Some will be paired kind of light. I would hope to get, I would like to get 30 clutches plus this year. That would be my hope. So that's what we're going to go for. Damn, that's a lot of females. I didn't realize we were pairing that many. 10, 20. But yeah, there's a 50 stack here. And only, out of everything in my FB70s over here, there's 2 bloods that we're not obviously pairing. 1 male, because he's so damn big, and then 1 female that I'm not pairing. I'll show you what I'm not pairing this year. And that's this girl here. And I'll kind of explain why. So, This is a proven breeder. She is a fire yellow belly, at least that's what we believe her to be. We produced her in-house, and she's produced 2 clutches for me over the years. One clutch was perfect, and then one clutch all went south. And the thing of it is, if you remember back, this is a snake that had a retained egg that I had to kind of go do a little medical work to fix, right? And so we didn't breed her last year at all because she was in full recovery from the previous year. I wanted to give her one more year off because, I mean, just to make sure she's fully ready and recover. I could probably breed her now, but I just don't really think it's worth it. So I'm going to give her another season off, and then we'll breed her in end of 2021, beginning of 2022, instead of end of 2020, beginning of 2021. Is the hope. And if she has a good clutch, then awesome. If she has any more problems whatsoever, then this is a female that will be rotated. Did I scare you? That will be rotated out of the program. So this will be the only adult ball python female over here we're not breeding. That being said, a few of them that we are breeding, you know, we're kind of pairing pretty light. So I don't anticipate all of them going. You look healthy now, though, girl. Way healthier than you did. She was on death's door for a while, it seemed like. Oh, I forgot. There's one over here we've got listed to pair. We're not pairing due to size yet, too. So there are a few of those, but upwards of mid-40s, I would say, would be a good hope. Some will be later in the season. All right, guys, any other questions if I missed anything here? And you did catch a live stream. But it ain't going to be a long one, Matt. It's going to be a pretty short one. I'll show you one of the pairings I think Kurt's most excited about. And that is, oh man, you took a poop in there. Probably going to be a lot of poops because I was gone, you know, and that tends to happen. And that is this girl right here. And of course, that is our, look at that thing. Pretty awesome. I'll show you something else. People see a water dish like, oh man, there's a lot of nastiness in that water dish. But a lot of it's what's trapped in the bottom. So not as bad as it looks usually. Those of you with a tub system know exactly what I'm talking about. All right. Lagged out? I'm sorry. So hopefully was it me that lagged out or was it you that lagged out? Must have been you because somebody actually saw that. So that's good. All right, guys, any other questions before we hop off of here and go to Patreon? Again, I just want to let you know why that zoo video was so old. Why it took us 2 years to post it. It's going good. It's going really good. I'm actually pretty relaxed right now. Trying to figure out what day we're going to be doing some filming this week. It'll either be the flag from Iraq. Iowa Interstate Railroad fan, was that from you by chance? Because if it is, we did. Now what we did with it is we shadow boxed it along with the letter and everything else. We did a video on it, and it's hanging upstairs in the reptile house. So we didn't unfurl the flag. We kept it folded in the triangle, put it in a box along with the leather that was set. It was pretty amazing. I was blown away to get that. I mean, words can't express what that meant. So, and that's because, you know, I mean, my brother was military for a short time. My father was in the Army and served overseas, and it was awesome. I do need to go in the box and redo it a little bit because I'll take it to you and I'll show it to you since you sent it to me. Just because the letter where we need to reattach it, things kind of wanted to like flop. But my whole goal when I got that was to put it in this house so it could be appreciated. So come with me. I'll show you exactly where that flag is. Since you sent it, you probably would like to know. And it did. It meant everything. I also live in a military town with Fort Riley. So we did a video about receiving it. But you can see the one thing came apart. So I need to go back in the shadow box and reattach it. But it is displayed right there with the flag still curled, the letter we received, and the certificate of authenticity, all in just a nice weathered shadow box, kind of right along the main wall of the reptile house. So do know how much that meant to us to receive. Take you guys back downstairs really quick. Maybe if I can get this thing to do what I want it to. Ooh, about fell down the stairs. We about went down the stairs the expressway. So yeah, it was pretty pretty amazing, really. I was, come on around. I was pretty stoked. Um, it's the only one of those I've ever got. So, because my stepmother had the one from my father when he passed. I've got the letter from the president on that, which is President Clinton. But that is the only flag I've got. So, hey, thank you, Iowa State. Or Iowa State. I always get Iowa State on the brain. Iowa Interstate Railroad. That was just, I don't know if we do much for the hobby, or the hobby's done a lot more for me than I'll ever do for it, to be quite honest. And the people here have done more for me than I'll ever do for them. But, we get packages on occasion, and we get some T-shirts, and we get some things like that. But that was the only time we've ever received anything like that. We get stickers. We'll stick them on one of our racks. There's a whole side that's starting to get stickers put on as we get them, once we finally found a place for them. But man, that was such an honor to get, and I want you to know that, and let everybody else in that unit know how much it meant to us too, because it certainly did. And one thing, well, I may not ever agree with everything my government does. I'm definitely fully supportive of America and the idea of America, and the our military and our first responders. Obviously, kind of have to be right. So, thank you again. And it's going pretty good, but I tell you what, unless you guys got something else, I'm gonna hop up off of here. By the way, though, man, I'm so glad that, and that's good from you, Marvel, too. Watching you English. Remember, we already beat that queen once. I guess it was a king back in the day. It was King George. But it was so awesome that you're on here. I'm just blown away that I actually get to thank you like this. I was hoping you'd see the video too, because that was why I came up with the best way to say thanks, was to do a video of it, as opposed to just saying, hey, thanks. I thought the video would go further. So, all right, guys, let me hop up off here and slide to Patreon. Thank you guys so much, and I hope. So, oh, by the way, check your bank accounts. 2021's happening. So, speaking of government, stimulus checks probably there. I know mine came in today. Woohoo! Yeah, I gave them a lot more than they gave me, though. Anyway, truth. That's the truth. Most of you probably did too. But we are going to slide over to Patreon and hang out there for a bit. And I want to say thank you to each and every one of you. And hopefully your 2021 is better than your 2020. No matter how good or bad your 2020 was, let's hope for the next year to be an improvement. Thank you, guys.